Yeah, this is more than likely gonna have flashing lights. Just a heads up. Now, with that said, hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. I'm gonna be right back. Oh, God. Sorry about that. I'm Wind, and this is The Archive, the show where we take a look at a developer's attempt at trying to induce an epileptic fit in its audience. Ow, my head. Ugh, I'm sorry. This game has given me a nauseating headache. But for as much pain as I am in right now, I think Caption may have gotten it worse. Right. Well, anyway, let's take a look at Aliens vs. Predator Classic 2000. Look, I cannot deal with this headache, this game, your issues, and keep up this appearance all at once. So, right now, I just cannot be sitting right now. This chair is not helping. One, my back, and two, my skull. So you know what? I just gotta move. I just gotta be moving. I just gotta go. Go. Go, 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 go. You know what? Yeah, this will work right here. I mean, it's a little bare, but you know what? We'll deal with it. So, let's get this thing started. Okay. So this is going to be a little different from other reviews of older games, mostly because AVP2CK is a caption. Are you okay? Well, never mind. Anyway, the game is a re-release of Aliens vs. Predator with updated features to work with modern computers as well as support for the Xbox 360 controllers. This release includes all the levels from the original AVP Gold Edition, which had content from AVP, the Millennium Add-on Pack, and its own extra content. The original game came out on April 30th of 1999, with the Gold Edition coming out a year later on April 28th. The Classic 2000 version came out on January 15th of 2010. The game was developed by Rebellion and published by Fox Interactive. Rebellion has made such classic games as Free Running, Gunlock, Skyhammer, Gunfighter: The Legend of Jesse James. Caption, what are... Maybe you should just go lay down for a little... I don't think a country music singer did this to you. Fox Interactive was responsible for publishing, developing, and producing games mainly for titles based on the 20th Century Fox properties from 1999 until they went out of business in 2006. Right. Okay. The game received positive reviews, gaining higher than average scores. Okay. Caption, just go lay down, okay? Just go take a break. Just go. I can handle it from here, okay? Yeah, il triangle dose to you too. Anyway, the game. The gameplay, or just okay, well, okay, you play as a colonial marine, a xenomorph, and a predator. As the marine, you're just trying to escape, and as the other two, you're just trying to kill everything. And that's it. That's the most detail I got from it. Okay, there's just a little more detail with the Marine, but not much. It seems like Weyland-Yutani,
and I had to figure this out on my own, mind you, with little no information given by the game.
But Weyland-Yutani have been experimenting with the xenomorphs to make some kind of intelligent turret system. Yep. They took the most dangerously agile creature and turned it into a stationary turret. Yeah, it totally makes sense to me. Yeah? 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 Everybody else, that makes sense to you? No? No? The ending for the Marine and the Xenomorph ends on a cliffhanger with the escape pod that they're both on, somehow, without one killing the other, is heading towards Earth. And thank God there isn't a sequel. No. It's okay. It's alright. There's nothing here that says GOG or Steam have the second game or any other digital distribution. So I don't have to play it. Don't have to play it. Well, until someone does put it on Steam or GOG. Oh God, why would I jinx myself like that? Okay, you know what? We're going to take a few minutes, just a quick break, and I'm going to try to see if I can't fix Caption, or help him out, or just shut him off altogether. Shut up. I'll be right back. And we're back. So, Caption, how you doing? Oh, I have no idea. If you don't know, how the hell am I supposed to know? I couldn't even possibly imagine what you were trying to say with that gibberish. But yeah, look, it's done now. Let's just forget about it, and we'll just move on to the gameplay. Alright? Okay. So the Marine will be the most familiar to practically every player. You select a gun, you point, and you shoot. And you try not to die at the same time. I know, crazy concept. But other than that, you have your selection of weapons, including the FPS standards like shotguns, pistols, flamethrowers, and miniguns, along with the familiar guns from the Aliens franchise, like the pulse rifle and the smart gun, and along with two new guns, the Seizure and the Skeeter. caption. You might want to change the spelling a little bit and maybe add maybe another word. Yeah, thank you. The Seizure is just a rocket launcher with a name other than rocket launcher. And the Skeeter fires projectiles that bounces off walls and seeks out targets before exploding. And sometimes they come back. The Marine is going to give you the most jump scares through the campaign. And yeah, the Xenomorphs do tend to jump out of corners and vents, and they always seem to know where you are on the map at all times. It should also go without saying that shooting the Xenos while standing directly next to them is going to cover you in their acidic blood. And really, if you need me to tell you what acid does, you might be too young for this game. There are a lot of dark places to hide. Not that they wait to ambush you. No, that would be the smart thing to do. They seem to be more inclined towards screaming at you while charging you from a random wall or ceiling. Maybe even sometimes the floor. Who knows? But in the dark corners of the maps, you also have the ability to throw flares to light your way through the Xeno-infested corridors. You also have the iconic radar from the Aliens movie with all the familiar sounds attached. And speaking of the sound, everything that had a sound in the movies has been brought over to the games. So you'll get the familiar roar of the pulse rifle, the death screeches of the Xenos, and the growl of the Predator. The Predator is less like the Marine campaign in that you have less jump scares and you feel more like a nigh unstoppable killing machine. Playing as the Predator is like playing in any other action shooter, which might come as a nice change of pace for players who get tired of the constant jump scares of the Marine campaign. You have almost all of your tools from the start and keep them from level to level. Whereas the Marine campaign, you would start with less or with different weapons than what you finished with on the previous level. You start with a plasma pistol, plasma cannon, spear gun, disc, wrist blade weapons, along with a medicomp, vision modes, zoom, and a cloaking tool. The plasma pistol, the familiar plasma cannon, medicomp, and cloak tools use the same energy, which can be replenished by finding power-ups throughout the levels. Your spear gun has its own ammo, but cannot be refilled until the next level. While the wrist blades and the discs don't require ammo, the disc will occasionally get stuck in the wall, which can result in it getting stuck in a piece of geometry that prevents you from picking it up, forcing you to go without it for the rest of the level. You also have 4 different vision modes to hunt with. You have the normal vision, the thermal vision, the tech vision, and the alien vision. Each vision allows you to lock onto your targets with a disc and plasma cannon. While the Predator does have more options with seeing, the Marine and the Xenomorph only come with 2 visions, a night vision and a normal vision. The Marine's night vision does make it easier to see in the dark, but any sort of light will be blinding. And the Xenomorph's hunt vision allows you to see in the dark, but limits the range in which you can see. But the normal vision allows you to see the aura of living beings and allows you to see cloaked predators sometimes as well. And be able to tell the difference between a human and an android.
Because we don't want to eat any of that fake meat.
Which leads us into the Xenomorph campaign, which plays a hell of a lot more differently than the other two. The campaign revolves more around stealth. Now don't get me wrong, I enjoy stealth. You know, given the choice in a game, I'll always tend to lean towards the stealth route rather than the actiony guns blazing route. But the stealth in this game is practically non-existent, with the enemy being able to detect you at random. Sometimes you can get through a room without anyone detecting you at all, and other times you're in completely darkness on the ceiling in a 100-foot tall room, and yet they still see you and start shooting. But besides the iffy stealth, the Xeno is equipped with claws, a very sharp tail, fangs, and a hiss button. Yep, the hiss button can be used to lure hapless victims away from others who may be well armed. Or you can scare other players before you kill them. You can see the Xeno's health at the bottom of the screen as a blue and white light that stretches at the bottom of the screen. That gets shorter the more damage you take. This can be refilled by eating the dead and or their brains, or if you're really lucky, being able to sneak up on them and eating their brains, and that will give you a bigger health boost. The only issue is you have to be in a certain position to execute this move. You have to have the teeth show up on the top and bottom of the screen, and this is nearly impossible when they're alive. Unless they are the civilians. Then they'll run around a little bit and scream, and once they're done screaming, they'll just kind of squat and kind of huddle. And then you can just sneak up on them and bite their brains. Being the Xenomorph, though, you are more maneuverable than the other two. Holding down the crouch button will allow you to climb up walls and ceilings to get really, really nauseous. No, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm good. But climbing on the walls and ceilings will allow you to get the drop on the enemy. Although that requires using the stealth system that we've already mentioned earlier is a crapshoot. There are several different types of Xenos, like the one-hit kill facehuggers, the warrior/drone Xenos, the buffed up versions of them called the Praetorians, the Queen, and the Predator/Xenomorph hybrid known as the Predalien. Yeah, that name probably sounded better on paper. And unfortunately, you only get to play as the warrior/drone Xeno. You don't even get the option to play as the others in multiplayer. Well, the multiplayer, you have 6 game types. You have Deathmatch, Species Deathmatch, you have Predator Tag, Alien Tag, Last Man Standing, and Cooperative. For those of you that don't know, Deathmatch is where you just kill everyone until someone reaches the maximum points to win. Species Deathmatch is the same thing, but you're working as a team. While the tag games, you're either playing as the Xeno or the Predator, and your job is to kill as many of the other players as possible to reach the maximum amount of points. Anyone that kills you takes your place and attempts to do the same thing. Last man standing, everyone but one player plays as a Marine, while the odd man out plays as a Xenomorph. The Xenomorph's job is to run around and kill all the Marines, while the Marine's job is to survive and kill any Xenos to get extra points. Killing a Marine as a Xeno causes that Marine to turn into a Xenomorph to help you fight the other Marines. In cooperative mode, players choose either a Predator or a Marine and have to fight off wave after wave of AI-controlled Xenomorphs and accumulate as many points as possible. The Xenomorphs include the Warrior/Drone, the Praetorians, and the Predalien. This mode does not really have a max number. It just goes on until everyone gets bored and decides to play a different game. I didn't really see a whole lot of people playing this game. That's not saying it's a bad game. No. It's fun, especially playing with friends, either online or through a LAN party. Yeah? You think so? I hadn't really noticed. Okay, yes, fine. Okay, yes, I've been avoiding it, and there's a reason for that. I guess I'm not going to be able to avoid it any longer. Great. Okay. I really hated the campaign for all the characters. It was terrible. I was constantly lost, confused, assaulted, both physically and mentally, aggravated, and pretty much just not having fun at all. I don't even know where to start with this. I already gave you a lot of my grievances with the characters, but that's not what's making this a bad game. No. That goes to how the campaigns and their levels were developed. Oh? Is that what you think? Well, why don't we get this train wreck started and you can see for yourself. Why don't we start with the xenomorph? Okay? And right off the bat, we have no idea what to do or how to get out. Yeah. See, the first level shouldn't have to teach you anything important like, I don't know, how to traverse any of the levels. No, that should be relegated to the options menu. That's the place where you should learn how to move. Okay. Now the important text is incredibly tiny and goes by just as quickly as it came. But that's fine. I can just, bring the text back up, thankfully, and just put my face up against the screen just to read it. Yeah, that's what you want. You just want to have your player base just right here the entire time. Yeah. I should just, yeah. Wait. What am I looking for? Where is that, and what does it look like? How in any hell was I supposed to know that thing was a part of some sort of security system? When I first played this, I accidentally discovered it by trying to break one of the lights. Oh, and speaking of the lights, almost every light that you come across flashes like a strobe light, only your brain wants to crack open your skull and escape to go drown itself in bleach. And even if I can break the light, that doesn't necessarily mean that the light is gone. How do you mess that up? How do you royally mess up that kind of programming? The light source is gone, but the light is still here. What? How do you mess that up? But you know what? That's okay. That is okay. We now know what the security system looks like, so if we need to disable the security again, we know what to do. What? This is just the first level. this is just the first level. This is just the first level. No. I bought this game long before I was even going to do this damn show. And it's taken me hours, just hours, to get to this one freaking point. And how was I supposed to know that this one piece of scenery is what I had to break? It doesn't stand out from anything else in this level. And this is the only time we see it? And this is not the only prop that pisses me off. No. There's also glass, for example. Sometimes you can break it, and sometimes it's bulletproof glass, and other times, if it's breakable, you have to hit it more than once. Who does this? And this game is just full of this crap. You'll spend hours in each level because you need to backtrack to find something that you missed because you didn't have any sort of indication that you needed to get this thing in the first place. And I've never been able to finish the first level on either of the characters except for the Marine, which I got to the second level and then I got stuck. And I just quit. I just upped and quit. And I don't normally do that. Not even with terrible games. I just walked away. You know what? I went back and finished it. Just for you guys, so I hope you're happy. No, but you know, I got a lot of it out. You know, but there are some interesting things that aren't British Petroleum levels of incompetence. The save system is interesting, limiting your saves depending on the difficulty that you're running through. It would probably be more fun, though, if it was attached to proper level design that doesn't force me to save my saves for points where I've died multiple times, but then I finally get past and decide, you know what, I'd rather not go through that again, so let's save. That's just not fun. That's just annoying. And you're also able to destroy the power-ups in multiplayer, preventing other players from getting them, which adds a unique strategy. And the sound? Yeah, right. Yes, fine. A lot of the Xeno levels force you to start running as soon as the level starts with little to no clue as to what the hell you're supposed to do.
Or it'll be in its text box and all of its bullshit.
And you'll die over and over again until your masochistic persistence pays off. While the Marine missions do give you a sense of hopelessness at times, it gets a little old when the game throws an endless wave of Xenos at you while you're trying to figure out the torture puzzle that is the current level you are on. And the Predator missions jump from too easy to what the hell am I doing hard, and sometimes halfway through the level. Well, there is the FMV stuff. That's interesting in both a good and a bad way. The actor that plays your moral support in the Marine campaigns is wonderfully hammy. But anyway, the other actors go from okay to meh to wow, that was incredibly lazy. For example, it looks like they used an audition clip, or they just took the intern and said, hey, read some lines for us, without really giving him a costume to use. Yeah, there isn't much else to the single player missions. Well, the only other thing is they took the levels from one species and spread it across the other two as bonus content, which meant that the Marines and the Predator had to be given new means of getting around the Xeno levels. The Marine gets to fly around on a sweet jetpack, and the Predator gets to swing around like Batman with the help of a grappling hook. And that's it. We've covered everything. Everything I liked, everything that I hated, and a little bit of the history. There's nothing else to talk about. It's just here. Oh, holy crap, yeah. They did a much better job of scaring their audience than the movie did. Even though the game was just a bunch of jump scares, and I don't think the goal of the movie was to scare anybody, but rather just be an action movie, but I still prefer this over the movie, if only for the multiplayer. But I'd rather be playing the arcade beat-em-up game that came out in the 90s. So far, that is my favorite AVP game. And on that note, Capcom, why haven't you done an HD remake of this game? It was awesome. You did it for X-Men, that was awesome, and then you made an HD remake. This game is awesome. Why didn't you do an HD remake for the arcade game? Everybody loved it, and everybody knows it. Hold on, caption. This is important. Fine. Should I just give my final thoughts? Okay. Well, this isn't a terrible game by any means. The single player is the weaker part of the game, and the multiplayer community is practically non-existent. But if you have a LAN party coming up, or you have a bunch of friends that just want something different, this would be at the top of my list. Just give everybody some time to learn the controls. Okay, I'm done. I've got nothing left to say, and I just want to move on from this game. I'm tired of the single player, and I would like to wash the taste out of that single player with the arcade beat-em-up game. But, I haven't really seen that since I was a little kid. So... Jesus, caption. Was that really necessary? So what is this about, huh? Oh. Okay, I've got something for this. Hold on. Perfect. When I notice money missing from my bank account, yeah, we're gonna have a chat about that.